So, g'day and welcome back to Kumardi's Coins and Banknotes. And today we're doing a coin banknote hunt. So there is no such thing as a coin banknote. We're doing a banknote hunt of Hong Kong. This is the last month. My wife went back to her hometown, and this is the place. And she always brings back uncirculated banknotes or older banknotes that can be found in circulation. So the first one we have is a 1992 HSBC. So HSBC, Hong Kong Shanghai Banking, $10 note for 1992. Now these are not that common, but I in general get one in circulation every time I go. So there are plenty out there, and this is the last year of issue, 1992 for this. The Shanghai, the Standard Chartered Bank last issued in 1995, but I rarely get any of those. So that is because Hong Kong issued I don't have a $10 coin. They issued a $10 coin, and I just made a video about the scarce Hong Kong 1998 $10 coin, and these are the current coins in circulation. It's the last date minted is in 2019, so hopefully they should get new dates now, sooner or later. But yeah, I do use a lot of coins, but a lot of people like to pay by card or octopus. So octopus card is what was originally used on public transport, but now it can be used to purchase anything. Serial numbers, nothing. So what we have the coat of arms of the United Kingdom, and this is the HSBC version. So we have the coat of arms of the UK is a unicorn, so obviously the UK is a mythical place. And we have the harp of Ireland, we have the single line of Scotland, and the two sections of three lines which represent England. The line here represents the UK, got a crown, and then we got some Latin, says something about Deut or whatever. The watermark is a lion, so the lion, if you put it out the front of the building, it is a protective figure. So we have Hong Kong. So this is in English and Chinese, means the same stuff. Okay, so in this condition, worth probably about 10 Hong Kong dollars, 5 Australian dollars if you're overseas, but the exchange rate's about $2. So it's quite a nice banknote, and you can check for UV features on these banknotes. Okay, so yeah, so need to block out the light. So here's the UV feature on the back of the banknote. So these all show up, and on the front we have 10. Okay, if we look at the more modern banknotes, so UV feature is the 20. Also we have that symbol of the Standard Chartered Bank and 20 on the back of the banknote. UV feature is the 20 up there, and we also have security threads. So anyway, okay, so the next one we have, I just got one of these banknotes, and it's the Standard Chartered Bank 2020. So these ones are first dated in 2018, roughly issued 2020 during the pandemic, and you can see the UV print on the actual banknote, so this is the Standard Chartered Bank building signatures, and because 2020 and the serial number is pretty low, they're going to struggle to get through the whole serial number prefix. And I like the actual segmented security thread. It's metallic, so that's why it reflects light at different angles, and it shifts based on the reflectivity. Okay, on the other side we have a tea ceremony, or yum cha, should I say. So yeah, you got, what's that? Silong? Not too sure. Can't recognize the actual food, but you got a small bowl in which you put your food in, and you've got a chopsticks, fai tea, and the sai boy, and a family. Beautiful. And here we have lanterns, so Lantern Festival. And also the watermark is Bihenia flower, which is the national symbol of Hong Kong. So in this condition, currently now worth just 20 Hong Kong dollars or 4 Australian dollars. If you're buying it on eBay, for current banknotes, you pretty much have to double the value of the banknote. So you're probably paying about $8 to $10 for one of these banknotes. Okay, the next one we have is the most common banknotes you're going to get. The HSBC, it's a $20, so it's 2018. You got 2020, you can see they're up to J already. And so an interesting fact about the $20 banknote is that the Standard Chartered first issued this banknote in 1985. And it was only in 1986 that the more common issuing body, HSBC, issued banknotes. So there was a little bit of delay. Seems to be that Standard Chartered issues banknotes a lot earlier than the HSBC. So in this one we have 48.50. We seem to have some of them. Okay, 74, 75, 76. 77, 78, 79, 80, yeah. So even though you get all these banknotes in a run, there's usually some missing. So any banknotes that have an error, they remove, and they don't pre-print the actual serial number. They issue a Z prefix, which is a replacement. Okay, so this one has the lion statue, which is outside the HSBC building, and the building's in the background. So that's the one, I think it's built in the 1980s sometime. And the watermark is also Bihenia flower, and I do like this thread. So there's a plant, 20, it also has a concentric circles, and then we have the 20, so it has the logo on of the HSBC, so micro print as a security feature, and this is another security feature as well. So, and on the back we have and this is promise to pay. Okay, pouring tea. So numerous that says young child pouring tea for elders in a tea gathering. So basically, in Chinese culture, when you pour a drink, so tea gathering, you pour other people first. You pour yourself a cup last, and that's a sign of respect. And if you pour a cup and offer it to an elder person or even just anyone else, it's a sign of respect that you respect them. So that's part of the culture that we don't have in Western culture. But, you know, like if you go to a pub and buy someone else a drink, it means, yeah, you like them. Respect them a little bit. Okay, so that is that banknote. Quite a nice banknote. And once again, these are the same value as just face value pretty much. Double on eBay or whatever. Because no one's going to sell these for face value, really. Because fees and costs, they're just going to lose money. Okay, so here we have an older series. So this is 2015. Bank of China, you don't, for the 50s, it's a bit harder to get these in circulation. So we have the Bank of China building, Bihenia flower, blah, blah, blah. And we have the actual security feature up there of the flower. And we have a segmented security thread. And these ones you can, last time I went, they were about 50% of the banknotes. So even 5 years after, the older issues are still used. They just keep using these until they run out. So, Tong Ping Chao. So that is, so it's made up of sedimentary rock. It is close to China, so it's fairly far. And it's a part of the Hong Kong UNESCO Geopark, global geoparks. So I'm not too sure if Australia has any global geoparks. I need to look that up actually. And it is has information on Wikipedia. Has a good section on the geology, and it's Paleogene, so that's after the Cretaceous. So roughly about 65 to about 55 million years ago. Wave cut platforms. So it's steadily eroding. And so I did read the geology one time. I forget it now. But this is it's on top of, I believe, a sandstone, which is under the ocean, so really hard to access. So anyway, geology is good. And this is a consecutive series. The face value of these is $50, and the exchange rate's 10 Australian dollars. So really, you're not going to buy these for less than $20 each. You might be able to get 15, but that's cutting a bit close. So basically, yeah, I'll probably just keep these. And 2015 to last issue, unlike the HSBC, which is 2019. Actually, no, 2016. Sorry, wrong series. There are no 2019 banknotes. And the next one is the current series of, so the latest print, 2023. And look, it's at B, so obviously they have not printed that many banknotes. And it's the standard chartered, so it's the same series as the standard chartered banknote. So you can see that they changed the picture that's on the security feature with the 50. The front of it's pretty much the same. The back, this one's probably the best. It has a beautiful butterfly, and I'm not too sure what butterfly that is. Need to look it up. So all the $50 banknotes have this type of butterfly, which is the first. And we've got caterpillars, got a cocoon, and this one's just coming out of the actual cocoon itself. And maybe it's not supposed to represent a certain butterfly, but next time I go to Hong Kong, I'll go to the butterfly park, which they do have in a few places. So let's have a look at the, okay, there's the UV there as well, and on the front of the banknote, the 50, that's about it really. Because it's low value, $50 can buy you a lot, but not as much as what it can buy 20-30 years ago. Okay, so then we have the last series. So we've got Bank of China, HSBC, $100. Maybe I want to look at the UV again on these banknotes. This should be a bit more complicated. You can see the pattern up top. Got nothing here. And on the back, UV. Seems to have less UV than the 50. HSBC. Okay, around the actual denomination. That. On the back, we have, okay, around the denomination. That's basically it. Okay, so what does this represent? So on these ones we have Chinese opera. So I really don't like this type of music, but it's not as bad as country music. And as you can see, the female could be male dressed up as female, and the male could be a male dressed up as a male, or female dressed up as a male, so you don't know. And yeah, Bank of China, HSBC. You can see the features on this banknote are the same, so it leads to less confusion. On the front of the banknote, we have the Bank of China building, Henia flower, initials and date. And obviously, they printed a lot of these. And we have 2021 and another 2021. Okay, these two are consecutive, but a little bit damaged down there, so I need to be careful. And this is a 2018, it's a first year issue, should be pretty common. And if it's damaged like that, pretty much just spend it. So talk about that. Guardian line. And with these HSBC, the line actually turns around. So here it's facing towards the left, and then the 50, it's facing closer that way. The 500 should be facing this way, and the 1000 facing to the right. So that's also interesting. How about this banknote? Bank of China. So I'm not too sure if the bank building changes. Anyway, the face value is $100. That's probably what you're going to get in Hong Kong. Not really collector's items at the moment because it's just so common. And if you wanted to buy this, yeah, probably 20 Australian dollars. I'd say 30 or 40 is what you're going to be paying for it. Okay, anyway, thank you very much. Have an awesome coin and banknote collecting time. I hope this helps you what to collect in Hong Kong. Thank you and goodbye.